Okay, good morning everyone. Naririnig po ba ako? Excuse me. Good morning.
Good morning po.
Ayan, no? So, excuse me. Let's continue our discussion or the examples, no? So, examples po tayo. I hope na today again may matututunan po kayo. And regarding for the face-to-face, no? Like dun sa memo, galing sa EOS office, no? It is said that the midterm will be administered virtually, no? So yun po yung nakalagay dun sa my memo po natin. So unfortunately, even if we would like to do it face-to-face sana, no? Even the lectures, we can do it since we have the memo. And since may mga nag-request na rin kasi ng online class, hindi rin pwede namin ipilit na magkaroon po sana ng face-to-face. Kahit gusto man natin or gusto ng ibang kaklase ninyo, no? Excuse me. And hoping na lang tayo, no? For the face-to-face, we may conduct that next semester talaga. Since ang face-to-face lang natin is on, excuse me, uh, finals. Finals na lang pang face-to-face po natin, no? Okay lang po ba? Excuse me. Okay lang po ba tayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions, clarifications before we are going to discuss or we are going to start solving the examples? So for number 1, who would like to, excuse me, who would like to volunteer to solve? Since naka-present naman dyan, baka may mga nakapagbasa na or somewhat nakapag-solve. Anyone that would like to show a solution to us? Excuse me. Meron po ba? Knock knock. Anyone?
Paano i-solve, ma'am? Isi-send po ba sa GC?
Okay, sure. You may send to our GC and copy paste ko na lang yung picture niya. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Parang na-solve na yata natin to dun sa section B, no? Feeling ko na-solve na natin to sa section B. You may just send to our GC. Excuse me, while we are waiting, no? Parang pwede na siguro nating simulan para ma-exercise na po tayo, no? A three-phase Y-connected alternator has an armature resistance of 0.12 ohm when excited to 90 volts between lines and short-circuited, no? Short-circuited na siya. The machine gave a current or a value of current which is 205 ampere, no? So the question here is what should be the EMF between, no? Voltage between lines. So ibig sabihin, line-to-line voltage po ang hinahanap dyan, no? In order to maintain a voltage between line terminals po natin, which is 440 with 110 ampere armature with a power factor of 0.8 lagging, no? So what will be our first things first to solve there para malaman natin yung line-to-line voltage natin. Excuse me.
Effective RA, ma'am.
The effective resistance, no? Armature resistance. Meron tayong, let's see muna kung ano yung given, no? The RA or the effective armature resistance po natin. RA na yan, di ba? Armature resistance. That is equal to 0.12 ohm, no? And when excited, 90 volts, no?
Ma'am, hindi po ba siya divide to?
Divide 2. RA natin. Bakit i-divide pa natin sa 2? Kasi ang armature resistance which is 0.12 ohm na siya. Bakit natin i-divide pa ng 2? Any reason?
Why connected, ma'am?
Why connected? Parang hindi na. Why do we have to divide it by 2? Hindi naman natin siya sinolve. Which is given already. Given na siya na yun na daw ang value ng armature resistance natin. Diba?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes po, no? No problem. Given na siya, hindi na niya sinabi na you have to solve for the RA and that's why we need to divide it by 2, which is, the thing is, binigay na mismo ng problem. Sinabi na niya na yung armature resistance ninyo, ang gagamitin is 0.12 ohm, no? Next. Okay, so meron tayong RA. What else do we need? We need the value of
XS, ma'am.
ZS or the synchronous impedance. So how are we going to solve the synchronous impedance? Gagamitin natin yung
Open circuit value at short circuit value, ma'am.
yes, so that is equal to ZS natin ngayon. That is equal to short circuited value which is 90 volts. But the thing here, it's between lines, sabi po niya. So, anong gagawin po natin dyan? We're going to solve it by per phase. No? So divide natin siya by 90 divided by square root of 3. And what else do we need? The value of our current, which is 205 ampere. No? Nagets po ba ninyo kung paano po natin kinuha yung synchronous impedance po natin? Nakuha po ba ninyo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is now the value of our synchronous impedance?
Zero point 2535, ma'am.
0.2535, no, ohms. But the thing here, this is the magnitude, no? I would like to repeat myself, this is only the magnitude. Hindi po natin alam yung angle po niyan. So, paano po natin kukunin yung angle po ng synchronous impedance po natin? Or how are we going to get to complex numbers? Gawin natin siyang complex numbers para makuha ninyo kung ano yung value ni. Ano ang hinahanap natin dito? This will be the value of the synchronous reactance, or that is the XS. Yan po ang kailangan natin para ma-determine po natin yung value ni angle po natin. Or you may use the impedance triangle. Ayan, pwede rin po yan. So yung hypotenuse po natin, that's the value of ZS. And dito sa baba po natin, that is the value of RA. And lastly, yung height po natin, that is the value of XS. So you know the value of ZS, you know the value of RA, you may solve for the angle or you may solve for the value of XS using Pythagorean theorem. Nagkakaintindihan po ba tayo? Yes or yes po?
Yes, ma'am.
How about Miss Christine? Christine May Gabuan, nandyan ka po ba? Miss Gabuan?
Ma'am,
Yes. Can you please solve for the value of XS? And type to our chat box. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, according to Miss Christine, that is 0.2233. Okay, so let's try to solve. Ano yung ginamit mo, Miss Christine, to solve the value of XS? Did you use the impedance triangle or Pythagorean theorem? Parang same din lang naman kasi from impedance triangle you may use the... Anong ginamit mo, Pythagorean ba?
opo, ma'am.
Pythagorean. Okay, so let's try to solve using Pythagorean. So that is, using Pythagorean, you're just going to square lahat ng sides and then you're just going to add RA and XS, no? So ZS squared less RA squared, no? So XS po ngayon natin, that is now equal to square root of ZS po natin, which is 0.2535 square less RA, which is 0.12 square. So, solve ninyo yan. Check if that is 0.22 33 ohms, no? Please try to check kung tama po si Miss Christine. Meron yung nagpapa-add yata kanina na wala, no? Please check kung tama. Okay, so while waiting for that one to be solved, no? Miss Acoba, nandito? Miss Acoba? Pagpalsa?
Present, ma'am.
Alam? Almazan?
Present po.
Antisoda?
Present po, ma'am.
Artisuela?
Present, ma'am.
Bagangan?
Ma'am, kumuha po ng COG.
Balacano?
Present po, ma'am.
Balcaba?
Ma'am, present po.
Barut?
Present, ma'am.
Baronila? Neriza?
Present po.
Okay, so natapos na po ba? Na-solve? Ano pong sagot? 0.2233 po ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's continue. Meron na tayong value ni XS, no? So the only thing here is we need the value of XS in order to us to know what will be the value, which is sa angle, no? Angle po ang kailangan natin dyan. Okay, so if we have there the XS, the impedance, the resistance, how are we going to know, or what equation we need to solve for the value of line voltage? Anyone? What equation do we need, or what are we going to use in order to us to determine the line voltage, no? So since line voltage ang hinahanap, we also need to find for the phase voltage. Pero ano nga ba yung hahanapin po natin?
EA, ma'am.
Po,
EA, ma'am.
EA, or that is the E phase, no? So E phase po natin, what is our E phase? That is equal to
VP
anong
plus
E phase po natin?
VP plus I
E
phase times
phase,
the
I phase times the synchronous impedance, no? Or that is the ZS. So si ZS meron na po. How about V phase? May value na po ba tayo ng V phase?
wala pa po, ma'am.
Wala pa. Okay, so saan tayo kukuha ngayon ng value ni V phase? From our own problem.
Given na po siya, ma'am. Yung 440 over 12 of 3, ma'am.
440. So since ang 440 natin is line terminal po siya, we have to find the per phase value, no? So from 440, divide natin siya ngayon ng square root 3, no? So since sabi niya dito sa problem, no, to maintain a voltage between line terminals of 440 with 110, armature current and at 0.8 lagging power factor. So if you are going to understand that problem, ibig sabihin ang output po natin na line to line is 440. Yun yung ibig niyang sabihin, no? So we have to maintain that. So ano yung generated natin? Yun yung tinatanong po dyan. Generated line to line voltage. So if we're going to solve that, we're going to use E phase is equal to V phase plus yung I phase natin JS, no? And if our I phase, no? I per phase po natin, anong value ng I phase natin? I phase natin is
110, ma'am.
110, no? 110 ampere. But the question here, what is the angle?
Negative 36.86.
Ano ang angle natin dito? Oh, yan. According to Mr. Miguel, yata yung nagsasalita, no? Mr. Miguel, ikaw ba yan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so according to Mr. Miguel, no? Tama po siya. We're going to utilize the power factor, which is 0.8. No? Since lagging, we're going to use negative, no? So that is, pwedeng i-direct ninyo actually dito, no? Kung kaya ninyo, i-direct ninyo dyan, which is cosine inverse of 0.8. Actually, ganito ginagawa ko pag nagsosolve ako ng problem, no? Tsaka lang ako magsosolve ng value or mag-i-input ako ng value ng decimals at the end, no? Para hindi ako nagde-decimal, no? Menos lang din sa pag-type pag minsan. So since E-phase yan, ganito ginagawa ko, no? Kung kaya ninyo, pwede niyong tularan. E-line po ngayon natin, that is equal to square root of 3 ng E-phase, no? Ayan. So you're just going to substitute all the values found dito sa equation natin. So V-phase natin, that is 440 over square root of 3. Assuming this is the reference angle po, no? So you may use angle of 0 or pwede nyo na lang siyang tanggalin yan, no? And then plus ninyo, no? Yung current natin which is 110, angle of cosine inverse, negative cosine inverse ng 0.8. Yan. Then multiply nyo sa value ni ZS po natin, which is eto, no? XS po natin, gamitin nyo si RA, which is 0.12 plus J 0.2233. So yan na, no? Equal na lang ninyo. So E-line ngayon, makahanap na ninyo. Then multiply it by square root of 3, no? Huwag ninyong kakalimutan si square root of 3 dito sa una. Ayan. So that is now the E-line. So how many volts is our E-line? Miss Barut, can you solve for our E-line? Miss Cerise? Miss Cerise, nandyan ka ba? Miss Cerise? Absent yata. Let me see the attendance, no? Baka nakapag-present siya kanina. Present ka naman, Miss Charis. Ba't di ka nagsasalita? Miss Barut?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Wait, ma'am.
Yes. Busy ka
Wait
ba?
Hindi po, ma'am. May na po kasi signal, ma'am.
Okay,
Signal
no
ko po.
problem. Just solve for the value of E-line, no? How about
Yes,
Mr. Butak? Meron po ba?
Present po, ma'am.
Sandy? Alfito?
Present.
Carvalho? Gusto mo na bang mag-face-to-face,
Present.
Miss Barut?
Yes, ma'am, pwede
Corpus
po.
Styrene? Hopefully, na ano rin kasi akong i-push. Kumbaga, pilitin kayo na face-to-face. Kasi, just in case, no, ganito kasi yung possibilities po niyan. Takot din po kami kasi talaga, no? Since may memo tayo, no? Dito siya. Oh, okay, sige, pinapasok namin kayo. Gusto din naman ninyo na pumasok ng face-to-face. Nagklase tayo, no? During that time, we're not praying something happened. No? We're liable to you. Or not, outside the school, may nangyari sa inyo. Kami ang may responsibility sa inyo. No, we are not praying for that. Pero just in case lang, kami ang may responsibility sa inyo. Kasi pinilit namin kayo, or parang ang nangyari dun, pinilit natin na magklase ng face-to-face wherein we have the memo. Yun yung ibig niyang sabihin. No? Feel ko rin naman talagang gusto nyo na rin, no? Ako man, gusto ko na rin talagang mag face-to-face. Ayoko na rin ng online, no? But we're just going to pray, no? Na sana, kung mag-open man po tayo ng face-to-face, hindi na yung darating yung time na magkakaroon or babalik pa tayo sa online, no? We are hoping, no? Na maging face-to-face na diretso na siya para smooth na rin yung klase po natin, no? Pero siya din lang naman na nasa online pa kayo, pag-igihan nyo na lang din, no? Pag-aaral po ninyo, ha? If meron man kaming pagkukulang, pakipunuan na lang po yung mga pagkukulang po namin para sa inyo, no? Ayan, so let's continue. Cyril. Corpus Cyril. Ayan, sabi ni Miss Charis, 462.61 angle of negative 2.076. How about the others? What is the value of our E-line? How about the others? What is the value? Or do you agree with Miss Larut? Same po ba kayo nang na-calculate ni Miss Cerise? Sabi ni Mr. Tagaw, that is 484. And even Mr. Antisoda, that is 484. Can we see kung saan nagkulang si Miss Cerise? Miss Cerise, can you review your solution and let's see kung saan ka nagkulang? Miss Cherise? Andyan ka pa rin ba? Baka nawala na yung signal niya, no? Mahina rin talaga signal. How about the others? According to Miss Kinaman, that's 484.2435. How about the others? What is the angle of the voltage? May angle po ba tayo? Okay, type nyo lang sa chat box po natin kung anong sagot, no? Mali po ako sa impedance. Okay, so baka talagang hindi lang maganda yung sulat ko, no? So that is 0.2233 nak, no? If you're going to put that into your calculator. Okay, so if you have some, okay, no? Pag ganito kasi gawin nyo, no? Pag nagsosolve kayo ng mga problem solvings, if you arrive to the final answer, you have to doubt your answer, no? I-doubt ninyo yung sagot ninyo and then i-check nyo ulit. Parang baliktarin ninyo. Kung diretso yung kagaya ng ginagawa ko, yung solutions ninyo, ang gawin ninyo in your next step, para ma-check ninyo kung tama, isa-isahin naman ninyo ngayon sa susunod, no? Ganon din kapag ang solution ninyo is tig-isa yung ginawa ninyo and you arrive to your final answer, ang gagawin nyo naman ngayon, isolve nyo ulit siya, pero dun sa buo, para mapag-compare ninyo kung saan ang tama at saka saan ang mali. No? pwede po ninyong gawin yan na tricks or ang tawag dito, mas maganda pag gawin nyo yan palagi when it comes to problem solving. Because you have so much time in problem solving naman. Kagaya din naman pag nagpapa-exam ako sa inyo, it's almost 2 hours, 3 hours, no? Kahit ilang items lang. That is just to check your solution kung tama ba o mali. Ang hindi lang din talaga maganda, no, is if kahit naka-online tayo and you still cheat yourself, no, we are out of that already, no? So alam niyo na rin po kung ano man mangyayari sa inyo in the future, sinasabi ko na rin. Isang beses lang or mas maganda kung isang beses lang kayo mag-board exam. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na pag na board exam kayo, tas unfortunately hindi kayo pumasa, hindi na kayo magre-retake. Meron naman kasi yung mga bagay-bagay ba na you did your best pero kulang pa rin talaga. You have to make it twice para maging sure ball ka na, no? Ganun lang po, no? So, the answer is 484.2435. So, that is our final answer. I'm not sure. Pero alam ko may angle dapat yan. You may include the angle. So, that is now the E-line, no? That is now the final answer of our examples. Do you have any questions or clarifications for number 1? Okay. So, corpus Cyril? Corpus Cyril? Wala? Corpus Jones Warren?
Ma'am, present.
Ma'am, yung ako ba po, present po?
Landmark? Yes. Asan ka kanina, nak?
Ma'am, nagluloko po yung internet, ma'am. Nawawala-wala po. Putol-putol po yung naririnig.
Okay. Face-to-face na ba tayo? John Mark? Corpus? Wala rin? Ian?
Ma'am, present.
Gabriel?
Ma'am, present.
Domingo? Cyril? Ano nangyayari kay Cyril? Ba't di siya umaten sa klase ko? Donato?
Ma'am, present po.
Jericho?
Present po, ma'am.
Ayaw niya yan. Yes. Cesar Erang? Sir Cesar? Wala rin. Stabila Erish?
Present po, ma'am.
Relon?
Present po.
Gabwan? Christine?
Ma'am, present po.
Meron kanina lang. Ganaban Joyce?
Present po.
Garo Eugene?
Present, ma'am.
Eugene Mark? Ibarra Joy
Present, ma'am.
So I'll having to check your
Present, ma'am.
attendance. Can you say that's megavolt here? 6.6 kilovolts, 3-phase Y-connected alternator has an effective resistance, no? 0.5. So kagaya dito sa problem kanina na una, no? Hindi naman niya sinabi na ang effective resistance or the armature resistance to be used should be 1. So, ang ginamit natin dito is 0.12. Unlike here, no? Sabi niya dito, effective resistance. So, ibig sabihin, ito rin lang ang gagamitin natin, no? Did you see the difference? Dun sa wala kasi siyang katuloy dito na assume that the effective resistance should be 1.5 times of the armature resistance, di ba? Wala naman siyang sinabi. And this one also, sabi niya, this is now the effective resistance. Ibig sabihin, ito gagamitin natin, no? And synchronous reactance per phase is 5 ohms. What is the percent rise in voltage when full rated output at 0.8 lagging power factor at rated voltage is suddenly switched off, no? Ang tinatanong dito, no, what is the percentage rise in voltage? So ang tinatanong lang naman dito is the VR, or that is now the percent VR, voltage regulation, no? V no load less V full load over V full load. Or, yung ginamit natin last meeting po natin, which is ang VR po natin, is equal to, VR po natin, that is equal to, ano po? Percent VR. Anong ginamit po natin na equation?
E phase minus B phase all over B phase times 100 po.
Ayan, tama po si Miss Canaban, no? So that is E phase natin less V phase over V phase, no? Ano yung E phase po natin? Ano yung V phase natin? Si V phase natin came from the, saan? Came from
Rated
the
voltage, ma'am.
rated, ayan, tama, no? Rated voltage. And, saan naman natin kukunin si E phase ngayon? Si E phase naman, galing siya kanino? Sa summation ni V phase at saka yung drops natin sa, voltage drop natin saan? Sa
Incidence, ma'am.
I phase at saka sa impedance. So, synchronous impedance, no? The only thing here, no? So, ang E phase natin, this is the generated. The rated voltage, that is the output voltage. Kung single phase sana, yan na yung voltage natin. Pero since naka 3-phase tayo, kunin nyo ang per phase value. And same with the per phase generated voltage. Yan po yung ibig po niyang sabihin. Para makarelate po kayo, no? This came from your machine, DC machines. Same din lang sila. The only difference is naka-AC tayo dito. Unlike dun sa DC natin, which is naka-single phase lang talaga siya. No? Pero same din lang kung if i-analyze mo siya and you came up to your realization, same din lang naman sila, naka 3-phase lang. No? So sana hindi po kayo malilito, no? Okay na po ba? Any questions pa? Para ma-solve po ninyo yung problem po natin. Just type to our chat box and we are going to solve, no? While I'm checking the attendance. Ibarra, Joylene, meron, no?
Present
Very
po.
clear.
Present, ma'am.
Liano Herrison,
Present, ma'am.
Ligayu. Miss Ligayu. Ay, Mr. Ligayu. Sorry. Noel.
Present.
Duma Jason.
Ma'am, present po si Maduma,
Jason?
ma'am. Katabi ko po.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Bakit kayo magkatabi?
Ma'am, nandito po sa sa may ilagan po. Gagawin po namin yung rewind. Hindi po daw siya makakonect.
Okay, so ingat na
Hindi
lang po
ma-open
kayo,
yung
ha?
cellphone niya, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, no?
Sige po, ma'am. Thank you po.
No problem. Basta mag-iingat lang po kayo. Yes po. Okay, Malana, Eunice? Malana?
Present po.
Mamawag na?
Present po, ma'am.
Mamawag
Present po,
na
ma'am.
Paul. Jaan? Mangalindan? Maramag?
Present,
Rick
ma'am.
Alfred?
Present po, ma'am.
Nicolas? Jan Gerald?
Present po, ma'am.
Arilio? Aprilin?
Present po, ma'am.
Maramag, sinong grupo mo pala sa windings? Mr. Rick Alfred?
Sila dyan po, ma'am.
Sige. Mag-iingat kayo. Patricio Miguel, meron siya, no? Rosario Mary Chris?
Present, ma'am.
Rubis Hannah Pauline?
Ma'am, present po.
Salong?
Present po.
Asis?
Present, ma'am.
Mariano?
Present, ma'am.
Agaw? Valdez, meron? Villanueva?
Yes, ma'am. Present po. Ma'am, binilang
Parang
po
meron si
present po.
Agaw kanina. Po?
Villanueva, ma'am, present po.
Ma'am, present
Ay,
po,
noted.
Tagaw.
Well noted, no? Ayan, may sagot na po ba kayo? Yes po. Do you have your answers now? Ilang percent ang VR po natin?
12 po ba, ma'am? 12.4317.
12, no? Okay, so tama po si Mr. Miguel. That's 12 point something. Yes, no? Something nasa 12 point something, no? Tama po siya. Okay, so can you send to our GC your solution and then i-copy ko na lang dito sa presentation po natin? Pwede?
Sige po, ma'am.
Thank you. How about the others? Ilan na nakuha ninyong percentage? How many percent? Ayan, sa iba po, you may type to our chat box kung ilan pong value ng percent VR po natin, or that's the voltage regulation. Ayan, so nakikita po ba yung solution ni Mr. Miguel? Is it visible? Visible po ba? So meron na tayong value ni RA, meron na rin XS, or that is the synchronous reactance. So the only thing here you have to find for the value of current, which is from the S, no? Or that is the volt ampere po natin, no? Kukunin po ninyo doon. And then since that is 3-phase, i-divide nyo lang siya ng square root of 3 ng kasi ang line natin, since Y connected, no, ganito lang siya. Since Y connected, same lang ang line voltage, line current natin, tsaka si per phase current natin. So, from the equation, no, na yung S natin, S is equal to square root of 3 ng V line, I line, no? Kaya ginamit po niya. So, I-line natin ngayon, that is equal to S over square root of 3 ng V-line. See if our connection is. So since nasabi naman po sa problem po natin na Y connected siya, you may use that formula. Nagkakaintindihan po ba tayo? Yes or no? Kakaintindihan po ba?
Yes.
And then, if you're going to solve for the value of EA, or that is the per phase voltage, no, you're just going to have the per phase output voltage or the generated the output or the rated voltage po natin plus yung current multiplied by the impedance. And then you may find the value of the per phase voltage po natin, which is 4,284.2213 angle of 6. Get magnitude and then divide, i-minus nyo lang siya kay per phase na output natin, divide kay per phase times 100. No? So that is now the value of the voltage regulation natin, or that is the percent VR. Any questions? May tanong po ba?
Wala po sa akin, ma'am.
Okay, so seems like wala, no? Let's continue with number 3, no? Can you please solve again for number 3? And later, or if you have your solution, send to, no? In parallel supply, the following loads po natin, no? Ito yung loads natin na connected sa generator. Yung kilowatt unity factor, so ibig sabihin that's a pure resistive load, no? Meron din tayong 1 megawatt. O, tama, 1 megawatt, 0.707 PF lagging, and 600 kilowatt, 0.9 PF leading. So, dun sa dalawang generator natin, if yung machine natin supplies 800 kilowatt at 0.866 lagging power factor, what is the kVA load and power factor of the other machine? So, ibig sabihin, kung meron tayong power in, or that is the true power ng isang machine natin or yung isang generator natin, ano yung value ng kahati niya para masupplyan niya yung load na yan? Yun ang tinatanong dyan, no? So, what is now the value of the other one? We have 10 minutes siguro to solve that problem. Or if anyone who solved already, they just send to our GC their solution, no? Okay lang po ba? Okay, anyone na meron ng solution? May sagot na? Anong sagot ninyo? Should be? Okay, so ganito po lang siya, no? If you're going to solve that one, from the principle of power, no? Sa power natin, kung ano yung sinupply mo, siya din ang lalabas, di ba? Or sa mass natin, kung ano yung principle ng mass, M total is equal to M1, M2, M3, M4. Tama? That is the principle of mass. Diba? So sa power, ganun din lang, no? So anong nilabas, pinasok mo, kung anong pinasok mo, siya din ang lalabas. Tama? That is for the ideal, no? Ideal lang. Sa ideal lang naman tayo sa theory, no? Theoretically, if ano yung pinasok mo, siya din lang ang lalabas. Yun ang theoretically, no? That is just for ideal, no? Actually, there are some considerations there, mga losses, mga ganun. You still cannot have an ideal dahil sa mga losses, no? Kahit naman na anong gawin natin, there is no perfect, 100% perfect. There are still errors to it, no? Tao nga nagkakamali, di ba? Ganun lang yun. So if that's the principle we are going to use, so supplying. So ibig sabihin, ang load natin, no? Ang load natin is 400 kilowatt. These are the loads, no? So ang total load natin, it should be equal siya ngayon kay kanino? Saan? Sa supply natin. No? It should be the supply to the load. Supply to the load. Yung supply natin na power equal sila. Yun lang. So if that is the case, anong unahin natin? Si load ba? O si supply muna? So since si load ang nauna dito, no? Si load muna. Load muna ang i-calculate natin. Kunin muna natin si S total of the load. It should be equal siya sa S total of the supply. Yun lang ang kailangan ninyo dito, no? Load natin. Meron daw tayong 400 kilowatt at unity power factor, unity PM. So what is our total P here? O, unahin muna natin si power. Si P at saka si, di ba ang composition ng S natin is, it should be true power, or that is letter P.
Yes, P.
True power, or P, no? And S ba ang true power?
P, ma'am, yung true power.
P, no? P. At saka si reactive power, or that is
Q po. Q.
VAR, no? That is the Q, or that is ang unit natin is in VAR, no? Voltage, ampere, reactive power. So that is Q, no? So dito sa una, no? That is 400 kilowatt unity power factor. So what is our P here? P is equal to P1. O sabihin natin P load 1. That is equal to ilan?
100, ma'am.
400
Kilowatts, ma'am.
kilowatt. How about Q load 1 natin? What is the value? That is
Zero, ma'am.
equal to 0 since that is in unity power factor. How about at load 2? P load 2. So that is equal to, according to the problem, that is 1 megawatt, or gawin natin siyang kilowatt, that is 1,000 kilowatt. Tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how about naman si Q load 2 natin? Using the power factor, which is 0.707, lagging power factor. So anong value ngayon ni Q load 2 natin?
1,037, ma'am.
Okay, so saan galing yun? We may use si triangle ng lagging. Is it positive or negative? Dun sa sumagot kanina, ang tanong ko, is it positive or negative? Yung 1,000 point something. Sino yung sumagot kanina ng 1,000?
Luigi po.
Asan? Yes, Mr. Salom. What is our sign for that? Is it positive or negative considering its lagging power factor?
Negative po ba?
It will be
Positive po ba, ma'am?
negative. Tama yung nagsabi ng negative kanina. Bakit? Lagging siya. Pag sa power, kapag lagging, ibig sabihin negative yung Q natin. Matandaan po ba ninyo? Okay, so if this is 1,000, ayan, kunin ninyo yung angle natin. This is 45 yata, no? Kunin nyo ang cosine ng 45, that is 0.707 something yata, no? This will be 45 degrees. And then find the value of Q. So that is equal, you may use the tangent. Tangent 45 degrees, that is equal to Q over 1,000. Or ang Q natin, that is equal to 1,000 tangent of 45 degrees. So according to Mr. Salom kanina, that is approximately 1,000 ba? Negative, since that is lagging, no? 1,000 point, ilan ulit na?
37, ma'am.
37 var, no? Lagging, kaya
Ma'am,
negative.
K-var po siya.
Po?
K-var po siya, ma'am.
K-var, sorry. K-var, no? So, ilagay na natin dito. Negative ha? Negative 1,000.3037 kVAR. No? Ayan. How about at P load 3? What's the value of our P? That is 600 kilowatt. No? Okay. So, gaya din lang dito, no? Leading. Leading. So, ibig sabihin ang Q natin is positive. No? So, triangle ulit. Ang triangle natin pag leading, pataas po siya. Yan po siya, no? So, if this is 600 kilowatt, and this is Ang alam ko sa 866, approximately, pag kukunin nyo yung equal talaga niyan, that is 30 eh. 0.9 pala, sorry. Sa 0.9 naman, pag 0.9, bang shift cosine ng 0.9? Something, 25. 25.8419. Ayan. Then find for the value of Q. What's the value of Q here? That is equal to?
290.5928, ma'am.
Po, 200?
90, ma'am.
90.
5928, ma'am.
5928 kVAR, no? So, yan na po siya. Kunin nyo na po yung total niyan lahat. Pagsamahin nyo, just take the summation. And what is now the value of our total? S total of the load. That is now equal to, ano ang value ng P natin? 400, 1,600. 600 plus 400, that is 1,000. 1,000, 1,000, 2,000. So that is 2,000. Plus or minus. Since mas malaki yung minus, so that is negative. 1,000.3037 less 290.5928. Ilan po yan?
$709, ma'am.
So that is equal to 709. Ayan, tama? 709.7109 kVA. So ito po yung dapat na total din ng supply natin. So since meron naman na tayong value ng isa dito, 800 plus 0.866, laging power factor nga lang, no? So what is now the value of the other supply? So kung gagawin nyo, i-minus lang, di ba? Nakuha ninyo? I-minus lang ninyo. Yes? Yes or yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan, so kunin natin tong value na to, na S total natin. Okay, so one machine daw natin or one generator natin, sabi niya is one generator that is equal to 800 kilowatt at 0.866 laging PF, no? So, kung gagawin ninyo ito, kung kukunin ninyo si S yan, so may total na tayo sa S total, no, of the load. So, S total of the supply naman, so sabihin natin na generator 1 yan, no? Gen 1, may value. Gen 2, ito yung unknown. Ito yung hinahanap natin. So si Gen 1, ang P natin ngayon dito, that is 800. Or S natin, no? S1 at Gen 1, no? Is equal to 800. Ano ang value ngayon ni Q natin dito? So, kukunin niyo si Q, that is lagging, no? Pababa. That is 800 kilowatt. This is, assuming, no? This is 30 yata, negative 30. Pag di ako nagkakamali. Bakit negative? Nasa baba po tayo, no? Ganun din kanina dito. Bakit 45 lang yan? That should be negative 45, no? Para hindi niyo makalimutan yung sign. And what is now the value of Q here? Anong value ng Q natin?
461, ma'am.
400, negative 461.93
9342, ma'am. 42, ma'am.
42 VA, no? So, since unknown ang total niyan, so S total load natin, S total of load, that is equal to S total of supply. So meron naman na tayong value ni S total natin sa load which is 2,000 less 709.7101 VA. That should be equal siya sa S1 natin at generator 1 which is 800 less 461.9342. I-plus sana natin yung value ni S natin, S2 natin at generator 2. So ano dapat yung value ni S2 natin? Kasi dyan mo na rin makukuha si power factor eh. Diba? Kasi KVA load tsaka si power factor daw. Ayan, para mahanap na po natin si power factor. Ano yung value ngayon ni S2 natin? Ang S2 ngayon natin is equal to
S total
ima-minus
less
nila.
1.
Yes po, ima-minus nyo lang yung 2,000 less J ha? Nakalimutan ko yung J. Ilagay ninyo pala si J. Si J, no? Para maging complex yan, J. Nakalimutan ko na si J, no? Sino ba kasi si J? No? Ilagay ninyo si J. Si J. Sino ba si J, no? J. Yan. Lagay ninyo si J ha? Yan. So, anong S2 natin? Ano dapat ang KVA ng isa pang ilan po ang nakuha ninyo? Type nyo lang sa chat box po natin.
1 po.
Ilan, Mr. Miguel? Sa akin ang lumabas, 1,200 exactly, no? 1,200 less J 247.7759 kVA. Yan na yung kVA natin. Okay. How about the others? Ilan ang nakuha ninyo? Elsia, Sasis?
Same.
Same kay Mr. Miguel. How about the others? Elsia, Sasis? Can you solve for the value of our power factor? Pwedeng pakisolve mo yung value ng power factor po natin, Miss Elsia. Andyan ka ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what is now the value of our power factor? Okay, so according to Miss Sasis, no, that is 0.9793. How about the others? Nakuha po ba ninyo kung anong value ng power factor natin? So kunin nyo lang sa angle ng S natin. Yun lang siya. And then cosine. Take the cosine of the angle of our S2. So that is now the power factor being questioned or that is being required. No? So yun lang naman na. Mr. Brian Soriano, ano ang value ng power factor natin? Soriano. Mr. Soriano. Nakikinig ba kayo talaga lahat? O baka naman 1, 2, 3, 4 lang ang nakikinig dito, ah? Sige, sige. I-push pa ninyo habang online. Kaya ninyo yan. Tignan natin pag face-to-face na. No? How about the others? Soriano, nandyan ka? Absent kita, gusto mo? Naka-present ka sa akin. You can say na nagloloko ang signal kasi hindi ka natatanggal naman dito. Tanggal balik ka dito, maintindihan ko pa na mahina talaga ang signal mo. Itong mga to, ah? Sige. Okay, so let's move on now to the next example. A three-phase wire-connected alternator at 1.6 MVA, 13.5 kV, the effective armature. Parang natapos na natin to. Natapos na, no? Kagaya din lang nito. Example natin dito. Dito sa una. Ay. Madali na lang yan, no? Kaya nyo na ba yung number? Isa-solve pa ba natin to? Kaya nyo na yata yan? Same din lang with example number 2. Isa-solve pa ba natin? Or eto na lang isolve natin? How about this problem? Can you solve this one? Pwede? Anyone that I could talk to? Knock, knock. And okay, so let's have a few minutes siguro to solve that one and then send to our GC or type ninyo sa chat box natin, ha. Walang nagta-type sa chat box ng kahit na anong sagot nila. No? Please type to our chat box para makita po natin pag gising kayo o tulog kayo o talagang hindi na kayo nakikijoin sa klase. Please, no? Please join. The only required, no, dyan sa problem na yan, we have to find for the value of V line or the line-to-line voltage po ang kailangan lang po natin dyan, no? So, ibig sabihin yan, if you're going to analyze the problem, a Y-connected 200 kVA 400 volts 3-phase 3-wire alternator yields 150 volts between line terminals on open circuit with a field excitation unchanged at short circuit current which is 300 ampere. So ang pwede nating makuha dito again is anong makukuha po natin dito na value sa 115 at short circuit at saka open circuit natin? Ang makukuha po natin again dyan is the impedance, no? Nagkakaintindihan po ba tayo? Yes or yes?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, and then if you're going to continue to read, the ohmic resistance of the machine between terminals is 0.1 ohm, and then the ratio of effective ohms and resistance to the machine is 1.25. So, ibig sabihin, para makuha natin yung effective resistance po natin, we are going to multiply 0.1 to 1.25. Para yun ang gagamitin natin na resistance. Or that is the effective resistance. Ang tanong ngayon, calculate the full load terminal of the machine, terminal voltage of the machine when the excitation is adjusted to yield a no load voltage of 500 volts between lines with a power factor of 0.8 lagging. So ganito po siya ha. Terminal voltage. Pag mababasa nyo ang terminal voltage, papasok kaagad sa isip ninyo or yung full load terminal voltage. Ano ang papasok kaagad sa isip po ninyo? Ano ang hinahanap dyan? Full load terminal voltage. Ano ang papasok sa isip nyo? Kung yan ang tinatanong.
12 of 3, ma'am. Of the phase.
Three-phase po.
That is the V phase or that is the output voltage. So, ibig sabihin, ano yung 500 volts dito or yung no load voltage natin dyan? That is now the
E-phase po.
E phase. Tama po niyan. So, using the formula of E phase po natin, that is equal to V phase plus I phase ZS. So, meron ng value ng E phase natin. Yan. And V phase ang tinatanong. So, yan ang hahanapin natin. Pero hindi po yung V phase ha, kasi ang tanong is terminal voltage or that is the line voltage, no? V line. So, kung makuha niyo si V phase, that is square root of 3 ng V phase. So, yan na po siya. Okay, so can you try to solve for a few minutes and then solve natin para makita ninyo. Yan. So, type to our chat box lang. Kung may sagot na po kayo, no problem with me. No? I can wait for all of you. No? Pag may tanong, just ask and we will try to explain more clearly para maintindihan nyo siya. Okay po ba? Okay lang po ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much po. Ayan. So, since may nagsagot na, according to Mr. Miguel, that is 41, no? So, let's see if tama yung sagot niya, no? Or let's check. No? Okay, so, based on our problem, so, V-line ang unknown natin, no? So, E-phase is also unknown. Sabi ko sa inyo, no, one more thing yata na, I guess last meeting si Mr. Salom yata yung nagtanong regarding the triangle, power triangle, the tawag dito, rectangular form of our impedance. You may use this one, no? Knowingly, no, upon solving this one, meron kayong value ni E-phase pero hindi ninyo alam kung anong angle. Tama po ba ako? Yes or no? Meron kayong value ni E-phase pero hindi ninyo alam kung anong angle niya. Yes or yes? That is
Yes
the
po.
only magnitude. Magnitude lang nandyan. Kasi kung isosolve ninyo, magnitude lang talaga. No? Okay, so let's try. What is now the value of our RA? Or R effective natin, RA that is equal to, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, 0.1 times 1.25. So that is now equal to,
Ma'am, between lines po siya.
oh,
Between line po siya, ma'am. Okay.
machine between line terminals. Ay, oo pala. Between line terminals. Sorry. Nabanggit ko rin, ay, hindi ko napansin kanina, no? Between line terminals, so you are just going to divide it by 2. Between line terminals. Divide nyo kay 2 and then times nyo siya kay 1.25. Yun yung effective natin to get the effective. So 0.1 divided by 2 times 1.25. So that is now equal to 1/16 ohms, no? And RA. Okay, so next natin, we may now solve for the value of XS from the open and short circuit. So now that is alternator line terminal, so that is 150 divide square root of 3, divide nyo sa current which is 300. So ilang ohms ang ating impedance? Ilan? That is square root of 3 over 6 ohms, no? Okay? Next, that's the value of ZS. Ano pang kailangan natin? The value of XS. So, XS natin can be calculated from square root of 3 over 6 squared less 1 over 16 quantity squared. So, that is now the XS. Square root of 188, pero mahaba na yan, no? I'll be using the 4 decimals already. 0.28 19 18 ohms. 28 18 ohms, no? So that is now the value of XS. And J, this is J, no? Calculate the value, then ano pa? Okay na. Current. How about the phase current? That is now equal to, from Y connected, 440, that is, ano? Ang value ng current natin, that is 200 kVA divided by square root of 3 ng 440 Negative, no? Laging ba siya? Negative. Negative cosine inverse of 0.8. No? So, ang I-face natin ngayon, that is now equal to, ilan po ang I-face natin? Anyone?
Ma'am, 0.44 po yun.
Oo.
0.44, ma'am.
Point 44.
Ma'am, naka-V lang po siya.
Please check again. The current,
Naka-V lang po yung 440 volts, ma'am.
262.43. 19. Angle of negative 36.99 ampere. Yan yung lumabas sa akin na value ng okay? Sino yung nagsalita kanina?
Ma'am, tama po pala.
Tama? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's continue, no? So, e-phase natin, paano natin kukunin? That is 500 over square root of 3 angle of unknown. Sabihin natin na alpha, no? Hindi natin alam, di ba? So, that is now equal to V-phase natin, which is 0, angle of 0. Sabihin natin V-phase, angle of 0. No, hindi natin alam. Plus, I-phase natin, which is, anong I-phase natin? That is 262.4319. Angle of negative 36.8699. Multiply it by Z natin, which is 1 over 16 plus J 0.2818. No? So, simplify first this one. So, that is answer times 1 over 16 plus 0.2889. So, if you're going to rewrite that one, ito na ang magiging equation natin, no? So, yung 500 natin, divide natin siya ng square root of 3 with angle of unknown, no? Alpha. So, that is now equal to V phase plus, ito ang lumabas sa akin. You're going to multiply the current and the impedance. We have now 53 in rectangular, that is 57.49, 36 plus Z 49.32. 145. No? So, yan yung rectangular niya. No? So, kung ang gagawin natin, ihiwalay natin yung real numbers at imaginary numbers, possible na makukuha natin yung value ni V-phase. No? Paano po natin yan gagawin? Si V-phase, angle natin yan is 0. So, ibig sabihin, ano ang number na meron lang dito? That is just the real number. Di ba? Wala siyang value ng imaginary, magiging 0 siya. So, kung ihiwalay natin yan, 500 over square root of 3 angle of alpha, no? So, paano po natin makukuha dito yung value ng real natin? That is equal now to V phase plus 57.4936 plus J 49.3215 plus J0 sana yan para sa imaginary ng V phase, pero hindi na natin kailangang ilagay, no? Okay, so anong ginawa mo, Mr. Miguel, para makuha mo yung V phase?
Ma'am, hindi po kasi ako naglagay ng angle sa EA.
Tama, no? So, ito yung sinabi ko nun, no? Since hindi mo kasi alam yung value ng angle dyan, possible yun ang pag-troubleshoot mo na isa. No, yun yung nasabi ko na dati. Pwede mong tanggalin muna. Since maliit lang naman yung angle na difference nila, kung papansinin niyo sa mga sinusolve natin, konti lang, di ba? 0 to 6, 0 to negative 11, something like that. So, konti lang naman yung phase difference nila. No? So, kung gagamitin natin na nasa 0 muna yan, ano ngayon ang magiging value ni V-phase natin? Pero kung papag-aralan natin yung impedance, Z, angle of theta, that is equal now to R plus JX S, no? So sabihin natin may angle ka dito. Yan. Ito ngayon, si 5 over square root of 3. 500 over square root of 3. Ang angle natin is nandito, si alpha. Di ba? And then, ito naman, si V-phase natin, at saka plus 57.4936. Di ba? And ito naman si J, 49.3215. Sa triangle na to, meron ba kayong paraan para makuha si V-phase? Meron, di ba? Pwede natin gamitin si
Pythagorean.
Yes, tama. We may use the Pythagorean theorem. So, according to Pythagorean theorem, that is C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So, applying to here, that is 500 over square root of 3. Quantity square ninyo plus si A natin, which is V phase plus 57.4936 quantity squared plus ito, di ba? That is 49.3215 square. So kung isosolve ninyo ngayon yan, what is now the value of V phase? Equal pala to, no? Equal. What is now the value of V phase? You may use the shift calc, pero ang gamitin nyo is positive 1 para pupunta siya sa nearest positive. Or you may perform the longest, and what is now the value of V phase?
Two, 226, ma'am.
226. Point?
9369.
9369, no? So, tama. Matagal yung calculator ko. Saglit. Ang tagal niya.
No, pero tama yung sinabi ni Mr. Miguel. Long cut ba ginamit mo?
Ship solve din, ma'am.
Ayun. Ship solve. Yan, tama, no? Tama. Mas mabilis yung calculator mo, ang bagal ng calculus sa akin. Ayan. So, if that is now the V phase, what is now the value of V line natin? That is square root of 3 ng 226.9669. 9369. Yan lang. No? So, V line natin, that is equal to, approximately equal to ilan? Ilan po ang V-line po natin? 226?
393, ma'am.
So that is 393.066 volts, no? So that is now the correct answer. So medyo malapit na yata yung nasabi mo kanina. Although, I'm not sure with your solution kasi hindi ko nakakita. Po, saan ka nagkamali na?
Ma'am, hindi po ako gumamit ng Pythagorean.
Anong ginamit mo na una?
Nag-algebra ako, ma'am.
Zero. Pero, konti na lang din na, kung sakali sa choices naman mo, possible. Although, yun lang, medyo malayo siya, no? Malayo-layo siya sa 400. Pero maswerte ka kung yung choices, walang 400 plus dun, di ba? Kasi 393, tapos 409 yung nakuha mo. Difference is, wala pa namang 20, pero medyo malaki na rin pala, no? Sa bagay. But then the correct process is this one, no? Kasi pwede kayong mag-Pythagorean. Kasi meron ng value ng magnitude or the C, no? The longest side. So, ganyan po yung process. Any questions, clarifications po before we are going to end the class? May tanong po ba?
Ma'am, ako po.
Yes po.
Ma'am, ano po yung gagamitin nating voltage tapos current po sa pagkuha ng ZS po?
The short-circuited and the open-circuited.
Short circuit po na voltage? Or
Short-circuit na current, saka open-circuit na voltage. Ito. Yan. Pero, tignan yung maigi ha. Ang problem po natin, nasa line. Between lines po siya. Ang kailangan po natin is naka-per phase. No? Doon mo makukuha yung value ni ZS. Clear po ba?
yes po, thank you po ma'am. Doon pa lang po kasi nagkamali na kagad ako eh.
No problem. Just do not be confused kung saan nyo kukunin yung mga values, yung mga parameters. Saan kaya ako kukuha ng ganito? Kailangan ko ng resistance. Saan kaya ako kukuha? Then read the problem twice, thrice, para maintindihan nyo siya. Huwag kayong magmadali na mag-solve, ha? Any more questions, clarifications regarding our examples? Yes po, Friday will be your midterm examination. Yes po, Mr. Davon?
Kailan po gagamitin yung sa RA, ma'am, yung i-divide mo siya sa 2, ma'am?
If sabi po dyan is nasa between terminals, line terminals, ibig sabihin, divide nyo siya ng 2. Pero pag hindi sinabi na between line terminals, binigay na lang siya. Yun na yung value ng armature. Hindi rin sinabi na mag-assume kayo ng value to get the effective resistance, no? Naintindihan po ba? Naintindihan po ba, Mr. Davon?
Hindi. Oo po, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, any more clarifications, questions to make it clear? Baka may tanong pa po kayo?
Tanong po sa akin.
Tinatanong naman dyan is terminal po. Yes po. Pagpraktisan nyo na lang yung problem na yun. Same din lang sa mga binigay ko. So your midterm examinations will be on Friday. Will be virtually, no? Since we have the memo to conduct it on virtual. So 15 problems lang would be enough, siguro, during your midterm examination, no? Your final, please ready for 100 items exam during your final examination. Kakaintindihan pa ba tayo? Any questions, clarifications? If none, let's call it a day and ingat po tayo maghapon. Thank you so much for attending the class. I hope you learned something.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you po,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much po.